Hello and welcome back to the third in the series of short presentations in the use of Pragmatic Tracker to record your data from working with your clients. My name is Bill Andrews. Now, if you remember last time, we entered the details of that very first session you had with your client. And of course, remember that in this easiest way of entering data, we're simply looking at how to use total scores, and we're simply looking at how to capture the information from your very first session and your very last session. So this is the easiest way to enter the data. If you don't wish to get involved in anything that bogs you down with too much time on your computer entering data, this is the simplest way to do so. So remember, we entered the information for client 1 from assessment. We created that profile in the very first presentation, capturing those key pieces of information about medication, gender, ethnicity, etc. And now we're going to enter details of the last session. So we'll click on the client again. And here we go, and we're returned to that particular client's session list page. So now we're going to add another session. Now, it may well be the case that you'll choose to add every session you do for your client. It's very quick, of course, because you simply enter total scores. So it's very quick indeed, and that way will give you the proper facility of all of the charts, etc., etc. But for now, we're just looking at the simplest way of doing so. So I'm going to assume this is actually your last session you're entering information from. So you choose completion, and let's say it was yesterday. I'm making this video on the 4th of January 2014, 3rd of the 1st 2014, and the measures have already been selected because you set that up in the profile for the client, and you simply go create. And you're brought to the completion page now, where once again the PRN15 is offered. If you have this available, so an assessment measure is offered at assessment and at completion. If you have the PRN15 and you've chosen to use it, well then, once again, as I showed you originally, you can populate it by entering the answers to the individual questions here, or if you want an even quicker way of doing so, you can simply put the total score for that client in there. And equally well, with the core 10 total, you can put the total score in here for the client as well. So let's say they've come to 9. And if you have feedback again from that final session, you can put the score in there. And that is that. So now all of that information has been captured there. You can see the 2 sessions are showing up here. Now, of course, it hasn't captured any in-between sessions because you have chosen not to enter them. You could, of course, do so. When you go to charts, you'll see now on the charts what's available to you to view. And you'll see that you used the PRN15 and the core 10, and it's showing the changes on the scores. Should you choose to look at just core 10 on its own and refresh over here, then this will bring you just to the core 10 by itself. And you'll notice that there's been a key change here on the left side now to match the measure. So the measure goes from 0 to 40, 40 being the most distressed. And our client is showing the cutoff for the measure. The client's gone from 20 down to 9. Okay, so that is the end of that. And the very last thing we need to show you in the next short presentation is simply how to close your case. So come back soon. Thank you for your time.